Welcome to the Benzino Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. What's going on in Minnesota? What is in the water over there in Minnesota? What is in the air? You got rampant Somali fraud. You got Ilhan Omar. You got Tim Walz. You got Tim Walz pardoning child rapists. You got Tim Walz doubling down on pardoning child rapists, saying, hey, we all can't be judged by our worst days. Then we have a Tim Walz appointee, Vance Bolter, being sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 40 years for the murder of Minnesota House Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband. And this comes on the heels after she voted against healthcare for illegals. She finds herself getting murdered. We had the Shiloh Hendrix situation, and then late last night, Shiloh Hendrix, the white woman who called a child the N-word, that was getting filmed and berated by a Somalian rapist, she now is sentenced to 90 days in prison plus probation for using the N-word. But this story is more convoluted than that, because it would have been too obvious if they would have found her guilty on the accusation of harassment of the child. It would have been too obvious that they were cracking down on her free speech. So what does the jury do? What does the judge do? Well, you're innocent of that, but we're going to find you guilty of harassing the Somalian cameraman who was actually harassing you. Make no mistake about it, folks. This is a crackdown on speech. Nobody should face any type of legal repercussions for saying the N-word. Whether you like the word, you don't like, nobody should face. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Breaking: Shiloh Hendrix found guilty by a Minnesota jury using the N-word. Folks, this came late yesterday night at around 11 o'clock. They kept the jury deliberating until late 11 o'clock over the N-word, over a misdemeanor. Matt Walsh touches on it. So wait a second. This is where it gets convoluted. So wait a second. We were told that Shiloh Hendrix had berated a child. That was allegedly the reason the Somali guy started filming and hassling her. But the jury acquitted her of disorderly conduct against the child and convicted her of disorderly conduct against the white guy with the camera, against the Somalian with the camera, which means she actually didn't say anything to the kid. She was being harassed by the guy with the camera for no reason, and now she's been convicted of a crime simply for telling the guy to leave her alone. This is total madness. This is total. Let's take a quick minute and listen to what Shiloh Hendrix's attorney had to say.
What's your reaction to the verdict today?
I think it's pathetic. I think it's sad. I think it's sick. I think shocked. I've never had a trial where they keep people. This is a misdemeanor, by the way, till 10:30 at night. Never even heard of that one before. Most courts, most counties, what they do is around 4:30, 5 o'clock is they say, okay, we're going to send the jurors home. They got kids, they got families, they got things to do. No, we're keeping them. I've never heard of that before. So that alone, I know this is a thing, I guess. Olmsted County, they do this. I thought that was bizarre. But the verdict itself, let's make something clear here. Let's make something very clear. She's acquitted, not guilty, right? Not guilty with the child. The state reads a 5-minute victim impact statement about the child. She was acquitted about the child. She's convicted on the count involving the cameraman, who they never called to testify. Keep this in mind. They never called the cameraman to testify. This judge prohibited us from telling the jury that Shire Jamali had a GoFundMe page, $340,000. He testified that it was done in May last year, done. That's not true. There's a link on the bottom of the page that goes to another open account. My investigator hit the link last night, donated $10. It's open. You can donate right now. You can donate right now to Shire Jamali's GoFund page right now. It's open. He testified under oath and perjured himself. He perjured himself over and over and over and over again. This was without any stretch of the imagination. It was like I was fighting the prosecutor and the judge. It was like I'm taking on two parties at the same time. The judge and the prosecutor. It was very bizarre.
This guy's absolutely pissed. Wow. The guy was holding the camera, charges dropped for trying to rape a child. Go figure when the state's government just pardoned another pedo. Damn. You can't make this up. Shiloh was tried for being white around foreigners. You can't have a functional justice system when the judge and jury of your peers is compromised of illiterate retards. The only solution I can fathom at this point is to move to a rural white Christian community and pray to God you never have to interact with these people. Stay out of the urban centers and cities. She was convicted of disorderly conduct for flipping off a guy who was harassing her and berating her with a camera. Make no mistake about it, this is the United States of America criminalizing offensive speech. Absolutely. Guilty of being white. Damn. Meanwhile, ICE protesters and BLM in Minnesota have been getting a free pass while violating Minnesota's disorderly conduct law. This is a great point. All they do in Minnesota during these riots, during these disorderly conduct. That's all that they do. That's all they do. Matt Walsh, again, flagrant violation of the First Amendment, totally outrageous, and all of the most retarded people in the country will celebrate this verdict while still pretending that they support free speech. If you are a PDF, you get a pardon from the governor himself. If you're a racist, you go to jail. We live in hell. Shiloh Hendrix was just found guilty of disorderly conduct. Towards the child, not guilty. Towards the videographer, guilty. Reminder that the videographer is a Somalian predator who was charged with R-ing a teenage girl but was let go. In Minnesota, if a foreigner sexually assaults Emmers, he goes free. But if you say the N-word, you are punished by the state. Two-tiered justice. Now I'm all for the American justice, but when you got peers who are libtards, for lack of better words, that's unfortunate. They charge her for this. If this isn't a blatant violation of her First Amendment rights, then I don't know what is. Blatantly unconstitutional. There is no judge, jury, or prosecutor in America who would charge a black person with a crime for calling a white person a slur. Not only is this a huge First Amendment violation, it's a blatant white. It absolutely is. The thing is, in my opinion, they didn't convict her on the child part because it would have been too obvious they were cracking down on free speech. So instead, they went the virtue signal route and they convicted her on the harassing the cameraman part, which could subliminally pass as not cracking down on free speech. But if you have two ears, a nose, and in between those ears, well, you see this for what it is. This is crazy. This is crazy. I believe we don't even know the outcome of the Zarutska case. That hasn't even gone down yet, I believe. But saying the N-word is a crime. Yeah. Yep. See if I can find it here. I know I came across it. Maybe not. I don't want to take too much more of your guys' time. Shiloh of Troy. That's good. Damn. Indeed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. That means so much to me. This is ridiculous. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.